This is the part 3 of the presentation where we go over the last option of something you may consider using to help you convert a face-to-face class to an online version of your class. So many of you use Canvas already, so a lot of this will either be known to you or you've already got it worked out. You don't really need our help at this point with the Canvas. You're posting grades, you put your syllabus up there, you're doing assignments, that sort of thing. I'm going to go through a little bit of it here for those who either don't know Canvas at all or they know it just a tiny bit and they need a refresher. So that's sort of the idea of this. So how do you get a Canvas account? One thing you can do is you can go to palomarinstructure.com and you'll be brought to what is now a very busy page because of the COVID-19 stuff. But you'll see a dashboard here of classes that are already there for you. As I understand it, even if you're not using Canvas, a Canvas shell for your class has already been created. So you have something there that's working. Now I have a lot because I teach online a lot, but what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use this S. Perry demo course. Okay, so I'm going to open that up, and I've got nothing in it. Looks pretty darn blank. No announcements on the home page, nothing. Everything is unpublished. You see how that's kind of blurred out? It would be green and then say published if the course was published. And if it ain't published, nobody but you is seeing it. So you got to remember that as we go along. So in the past, we started people here with this blank slate, and we said, let's show you how to make a home page and how to set things up and assignments and what have you. And that gets pretty cumbersome when you're first starting it out. So a lot of us are needing to do this in a relative hurry and just needing to use it in a limited way. So we've um, put together a very simple template to kind of get you started. So let me show you how to get that template and then how to load the template in so you don't have to start with this blank slate. So if I end up here again on the Teach Anywhere site, Teach Anywhere um, site, I go down to um, training. Okay, so hit the little training menu on the side, and then we scroll down again, and we go all the way down to where it says Workshop Resources. So there's a thing here. It's a simple Canvas template file. So if I right click on that and say Save Link As, I'm in Chrome, by the way. If I do that, it will offer to save this somewhere on my PC, and it's got a funny name. Uh, COVID-19 Canvas Starting Template dot IMSCC. So that's not going to be like any document you've ever seen before. So let me save that. Uh, and there you see it's over there in that folder. So we're going to remember I stuck it over to the downloads area. So I'm going to come back to my empty Canvas course, and I'm going to go over to all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to go to settings. Okay. And then over here I say import course content. So I click on that, and it gives me a chance to answer some questions first. And what I want to bring in is Canvas course export package. That's what that file was that I had you download in the previous thing. So now I've got to choose that file again that I put in my hard drive. I stuck it in my downloads area, I believe. And there it is, COVID-19 Canvas starting template. So I select that. I may be out of view here a little bit. Let me resize this window. Okay, so I open the window, I select that, my downloads area, then I click open. And now it shows a version of it over here. So I want to get all content, and I don't need to worry about events and due dates. And then I just hit the word import. So I go import, or I hit the button label port, and it goes through it. And it usually goes pretty quick. You see over in running, it's actually shows you a little status bar, but this one's so small that I completed it pretty quickly. So now I went over and just clicked the home button, and I see in there it's not empty anymore. It says recent announcements, and it says S. Perry demo course. So what do I need to know about the virus? phone in class, there's a student resources page this is about pages in Canvas. Ask my instructor. So there's some information about Canvas and also about how to deal with a Zoom session. And we have some training on that we covered in the earlier videos. So until we resume class back in the classroom, we'll continue to meet virtually. So this is a little bit of a home message that you can give to your students. They can read this on the home page and get some key information. Tells them, turn your work electronically using Canvas assignments. And it says, so you'll need to have a scanner of a digital camera or a smartphone image to capture an image of your work. Well, that's true if you're going to do an image of your work, but many people are going to be uploading just files that are like, Microsoft Word doc and that sort of thing. So it just depends on what they're uploading. And then there's discussions in Canvas that can be useful to try to get a discussion going on. Not quite the same way, obviously, that you'd have in a lecture hall, but in some ways the discussions can be better because you can ask for more depth in their response. So you can require word count and certain significant points that have to be made. So sometimes when people have thoughtful discussions, they can cover things in more depth. So here's some information again about Confer Zoom, the site. And again, we've offered a little bit of information on that training earlier. So what else do we have here? If you go over here and click on the announcements page, there really is no announcement yet. So you wanted to create an announcement, you just go over to the right, click announcement and say, it's a whole new world. Okay, so hang on. Okay, so just a simple announcement like that. And then you'd go down and you could delay post. You could do all these things. So kind of fish around. This says post to all sections of this class if you had multiple sections, but we'll just hit save. Okay, and if we go to the home page, you can see that recent announcements show up. It's a whole new world. Hang on. So they can get that will happen. So if I go into assignments down here, we have some examples of the kinds of assignments that you might do. One of the most common is this file upload assignment. So you click on that, and this gives you an example. For you to do anything, you need to edit it. Okay, and so this type of assignment shows how to submit files for grading. It looks quite different to teachers than students. So once you've published this assignment, you should switch over to what's called the student view and see the button used by the students to submit assignments. So I'll walk you through that briefly. So so if I were creating this, I could say, okay, this is going to be worth 10 points. It's in the assignment group. Displays as points. File uploads is the thing selected here. That's how they're going to submit the assignment. I'm not doing any plagiarism review. Assigns to everyone. I can control when the assignment is due. I could say it's due on St. Patrick's Day. I could even control when it's available. It's available from the 14th until the 21st or something. I could say that. And then I go ahead and hit save. Okay, so we've created an assignment. Now I didn't describe anything like here. This would have been the description of what the assignment is. But let's go into student view and see what this looks like on their side. So if I go back to the home page here, and then we look on the right, we first I need to publish everything. So I hit publish. Publish is really important in Canvas. The course itself has to be published, and every page needs to be published. And if you get into modules or an area where you put content, the module has to be published and all the pages that are attached to the module. Module's kind of like a folder that holds pages. It's that kind of concept. So here. So we go here, and in this thing, it doesn't stand out, but you only see this from the home page. You see something here called Student View. So if you click on that, Okay, you get this bar down here. It says reset student or leave student view. So right now we want to stay in student view. And you notice how a whole lot of things went away. They just see discussions, grades, assignments. They don't see all that other stuff that I had available to me as an instructor. And that's okay. So they see that. They see the first announcement. I go over to the assignments and I say, oh, assignments are due, right? So no assignment. Okay, I thought we had an assignment. So let's see what that's about. So to check out why I don't see any assignments there, let's leave the student view. Let's go back to assignments and let's look at that file upload assignment. And son of a gun, even though I just got done telling you everything needs to be published, I neglected to publish it. So it's a good mistake to make. You can see it. So you go back, now we publish it. And now hopefully the student will be able to see it. Because if it ain't published, only you are the one that gets to see it. So go back to the home link. Go back to student view down here, and then let's go back to assignments, and hopefully I've got everything published. So there it is. So I click on that, okay, and then it says submit assignment. So this is what a student sees. So this would obviously be, a description of what the assignment was. So they get 10 points. Submitting a file upload. So I click submit assignment, and if we scroll down here, that puts me in a file upload area. I guess you can get things off of Google Drive or 365 directly, but I'm just going to use something from my hard drive. So these are nice options. So I got to choose the file. I click that, and let's go ahead and just upload. Let's see, let's find something. So I moved around here a little bit. We'll try uploading. This is a PDF. You can actually restrict the kind of file types that someone can upload. Let's see if this works. So I say OK. Now once it finds it, CCC PDF, and then the student clicks Submit Assignment. So it says it could resubmit the assignment, but apparently it's found that it found it. So that's leave student view. And let's go over to, we're going to jump ahead to grades, okay? Now, in grading, it shows any published assignments here. The only one I published was file upload. I didn't do the graded discussion or the submit assignment yet. So anytime you create an assignment in that assignment group, there were 3 already there for you, but when you create one, it'll appear automatically in this grade book. So if I were here and I wanted to grade the student's work, I'd actually click there, but then I go to this arrow on the right, and a very good thing to do is to go to this thing called Speed Grader. So I click on Speed Grader, a little confusing, but here you see the student file that I wanted. It shows a preview of it over here on the left, but I can click this down button here to download the file. All right, so I can download the file on my hard drive. I can open it up, and then I can read about it and say, yeah, okay, that was really good. So I want to give them a grade, right? So here, I said they had 10 points, so I decide that it's worth 9 points for whatever reason. Didn't quite get 100%, but he did pretty good, so give him 9 points. Now, once you put a number in there and you leave the focus, once you leave that box, it knows about it already. You don't have to hit the submit thing. But if you make a comment, you do. You can do great job, just a little off. Okay, so they got a 9 out of 10, and I can hit that submit button, and that'll submit some comments for them, okay? So now, if we go back, I'm going to go back all the way up here in this little icon. This is going to take us to the grade book where it has all the students. Now we've only got one student here, test students, but you'll see the whole list of all the students that are in your class. So he sees he's got that. And so that's where they'll see it. Now the student, we can go back in student view for a minute. Let's go back. I'll go click this. And I'll go to student view one more time. It's over here on the home page, and you go down to student view. And I'm actually not 100% sure how this is going to look for me because I'm sort of talking to myself here. Here we go. So I click on the file upload assignment. I see the file again. I see the comments. Great job, just a little off. And you can see that they got the grade up here of 9 out of 10. Okay, so that's what the student would see, something like that. But this is very good for you. You can get the files, you can grade them in the grade book, and it stays there. So one last thing to talk about are discussions. Now, discussions are not the best thing in the world in Canvas. They're kind of low value, low featured. If you've worked with any threaded discussion boards before, you may be very disappointed, as I was, but you can do a discussion. So, say I have an ungraded discussion. I'll just open that up. You can set it up where someone can make a new post. They can say, one, you got to publish it, and then someone can put or you can put a topic in, or you hit reply. This is actually the topic. In this case, it's called ungraded discussion. Let's go back to the discussion area. If I wanted to create something new, I'd go over here and say where it says plus discussion, and I'd add it. And I'd say, uh, uh, help me, help me please. Okay, it's going to be a topic in there. List your problems here. So I'm going to publish this as a professor. I can do all kinds of things. So just explore the options. If you can allow people to like it, if you can make it graded or not. So I'm going to save it. And so we've got that there. Help me please, all sections. So again, one more time to the student view. I go back here, student view, and I'm going to the discussions, and I see I have ungraded discussions published. So I open it up, and oops, I didn't mean to go there. I had another discussion that I created. I forgot to publish it. So this is good. I'm really glad, believe it or not, that I'm making this mistake, because this is the kind of mistake everybody makes almost every time. And so you need to go in and publish them. So a short way to do it is do this little thing here. You can just click that, and that'll make it published, okay? So right now, graded discussion is unpublished, but now you should have help me please and ungraded discussion published. So that's all I had to do was click it and have it turn green. So let's go back to the student view on the home page, hit the student view over here, and now we go back to discussions. Okay, so they now see that. The student sees that. Help me, please. So there it is. So they reply, and and the student replies, "Why do you need help? You're the instructor. You're the instructor." So that would be a student possible reply to it. They do that. They go down. You go down a little bit, and then you post the reply. Okay, so you as the teacher will see this, and the students will see this as well. Notice how it's indented a little bit, which kind of helps, but I highly recommend that you don't let students create their own topics. That's an option in the settings area of your course. There's little things like that to play around with. So this was just meant to be kind of a gentle introduction to a few things you can do in Canvas. I didn't show you anything about uploading course material or lessons or things like that. And when you get into that, you're going to use something called modules and pages to do that. So that'll be another another uh, another video. It's not going to be a part of this beginning one, but I will add it into the training at some point. And there are other resources on our Canvas page, on the Teach Anywhere page. Let's see if we can find that. Here we are, Teach Anywhere. If we go up here and you look under Teaching Resources using Canvas, you will see that there's a bunch of resources about how to create pages and do more on assignments and quizzes and things like that, using the Canvas inbox for email and that sort of thing. So take a look at that, and that may help you as well if you want to go a little farther with it. But if you're completely not using Canvas before, just start with a simple template. Get used to that, and then if you get tired of emailing your lessons to your students, then come to us back at the academic technology group, and we can show you a little more on how to add a little bit more lesson material that might be useful to your students. All right, hope you've enjoyed the presentation. That's it.